Alright. Um, yep, Glass Colony, game 5, last round. All of the players except for Minimat have a point, so it's his chance to get on the board and everyone else's chance to fight for third place, most likely. And this map is glorious with the prices, all agree.
Except aluminium, and that makes for a fast start.
Yep. I'd be tempted to go for some kind of scientist in the northeast. Like this one. Yeah, these are two kind of tempting scientist founds they took. Problem with that is that there's a bank to be made in life support. Neither of these scientists actually have good access to immediate access to water, and that's a problem, I think, because glass is only going. Well, actually, glass is going to be rising in price, so maybe I'm wrong.
An expansive HQ has been founded.
I don't know how I feel about the last found.
Yeah, I'm a little bit confused by it. Where are we going to get iron? So you're going to have to ship it long distances again. I would be much more tempted to try some kind of a combo, but I'm not sure what exactly. Or actually, there's a scavenger in the northwest that I missed. And it's a very reasonable scavenger. You have access to a single high aluminium, you have okay carbon, or nukes, so that's a problem.
Scientific HQ has been upgraded.
The black market
there
is
are
online.
nukes. That's a good point. But you're just as unprotected against nukes on iron as you are as on nukes with the.
Alright, meanwhile, Minimat is first to 2 and he's going into glass, and I would have loved to see life support.
Well, life support is hard to produce, and glass is going to rise very quickly. So I guess there was merit in doing this. He also bought up a whole pile of aluminium, so he's skipping it still for another HQ level. And I guess he can afford to do that. There's not a lot of great aluminium around. And it's likely going to take him a while to ship it anyway. So he wants to get to HQ3 quicker before securing it.
An expansive HQ has been upgraded.
Life support is going to be excellent still because everyone is in steel.
Yeah, but not the way Game Wizard is doing it. He's scientist and building one single electrolysis reactor adjacent to his HQ for whatever reason.
I think I would be tempted to go for far away life support here. Yes, there are magnetic storms, but I would basically be hoping that I'm not in such a good position to actually be a threat to anyone else, and if anyone wants to damage someone with magnetic storms, they should target Minimat, who's in a better position. So excuse me. I think I would have preferred that over trying to ship water, especially since you're going to be vulnerable to nukes. So one of the founds that I was thinking that should be really good in this situation would be a power robot. And it's very difficult for me to evaluate whether that actually would be good because steel is still very expensive in spite of everyone making it. Power start at double price, and you can see that power is insanely good. So I think it would be good, I'm just not finding a good spot for it.
Yeah, Minimat is going for power right now, 2 wind turbines.
Yeah, he's also not going to make any cash on that. Absolutely. And he's going to lock himself into 2 wind turbines in a spot where he can't get any more.
Yes.
I just don't like that. I feel like if you put them a little bit further away, because you're unlikely to transition them anyway, just a little bit further away, maybe even like on this bridge in the middle of the crater, like the big, huge crater. There's a nice place for 4 wind turbines, and you can use like 3 of them. if you at all want to move into winter binds. But there are no geothermals available, so I guess you have to. Although I question if you want to move into solar panels instead, because you have access to silicon and you don't really have access to carbon.
The black market is open for business.
Now,
A scientific HQ
I'm
has
thinking
been
if
upgraded.
everyone is, excuse me, if everyone is so heavy into steel, and no one's really making power, maybe I am completely wrong and Mimat is actually going to make some money on power. He's just not making a lot of power at the moment. So
Could very well be possible, yes.
that's a bit of a problem.
Well, Insert Coins
Kindly
is going to
villains.
double food and has, okay, now dropped 2 claims, and I don't really know where. He will have hard time getting water in.
Into 2 solar panels. You know what I would like to see happen? I would love NC Game Wizard to move out of steel and maybe quickly move into a bunch of silicon and get solar panels as quickly as possible, because I don't feel like people are committing enough to power yet. Well, obviously Insert Coin is moving there. Actually, Scott Cole also has a bit of power. But I feel like a while ago this would have been a really good move, because he already has a geothermal plant, so he could have tried to really make a push on power. Maybe try, if nothing else, just to get rid of your debt and make sure that you don't die in the long term. And this is a huge baby. This is the rare time when this is actually worth a lot of money.
Yes, yes, it is. And I don't know about Game Wizard's play. He seems to have forgotten that he is scientist, or?
I think he's just you can do that sometimes, especially in 1v1. If you are worried that you're going to be damaged by shipping the expensive fuel and oxygen and food. But I just don't think that it's enough of a dangerous situation, because I would be much rather willing to attack Minimass.
Yeah, sure, that's
So
what I was thinking. He's clearly in the lead.
So you have this sort of protection of just not being the top priority target. The water is also good to produce, I guess. Because the expansion are producing it somewhat.
Yeah, sure, you can produce water and you can build electrolysis reactors, but I just don't like the position of the reactors. They could be on another water tile, and I think it would be better.
And apparently Mimat has so much money that he's just going to start attacking people. And NC Game Wizard seems to have enough to be able to defend himself. But with the freeze it's going to be like slightly harder, but
He has the money.
There we go.
yes.
yeah, so he defended himself. It's definitely fun to see everyone in C and D levels of debt, except for Insert Coin, who moved heavy into power and might actually eventually repay some of that debt. He also has food.
And he has financial instruments.
Oh boy. How much did he make? I don't think I saw that, and I don't think I will. I would very much love to see him move out of steel at this point.
A scientific
And move into
HQ has been
reactors.
upgraded.
I guess he also wants to try to push for HQ4 though, and then you can get all the reactors and all the food. It's just shocking actually, just how expensive life support is. That's, I guess, part of the reason why I would love to see some kind of power robot. Maybe in the water, just ignore steel completely. Especially if you see everyone moving into scientists and expansives, you can just drop it down, start making power. If not food, really. Just start with food, maybe. Because food did start at double price.
Yeah, food is still huge, and it was even a while ago. from the start of the game, to be honest, right?
And I'm just really confused. Like I'm not paying too close attention to the prices of this game. If you look at the price, really, how is it even possible? It's just an insane price. I guess Insert Coins was nuked on his aluminium tile and he pushed through with the upgrade. So it's become a real problem. Because there were some nukes going off on aluminium. I'm not sure if Scott Cole ever had any aluminium in the first place for a while.
No, I don't think so. And Minimat is going so fast through his upgrades that he bought a bunch.
I would definitely be looking to try to push for a buyout on Insert Coins actually. He's not too expensive, still he has a bunch of money in hand. But you can at least try to threaten him, at least get something down to that. Because you do have quite a bit more cash than most people. Now there's a camp shortage. This... I'm really shocked. It didn't seem to me like this map is going to create such crazy prices, but this is basically Syrians at this point in the market.
yes, it feels a bit like it. Right.
People got really paranoid of power, so they killed power, and in the process everything else went through the roof. I think, in spite of how good Minimat is doing with all sorts of advanced buildings, optimizations, Payton slap a really good pleasure dome. I'm actually liking Instant Coin's position. He has no debt. He's a little bit behind, but he's not going to die to debt, so he's making decent money because he's expansive. He has financial instruments, which are going to keep making him tons of cash, because it's highly unlikely that these people are going to get out of debt particularly soon.
New land is available for
Yeah, especially with power prices still dropping. And he's going in an off-world.
Now that's something I don't like.
Whoa, no, not yet, anyway.
Yeah, not yet.
On-world prices are so good, so good.
Yeah, on-world is just excellent. It's a bit of a long-termish play. I don't know if you need to make this kind of a long-term play. I think an optimization center would be a long-term play that is a lot more short-term and good than this.
Well said, yes. There goes the Pleasure Dome, and it's quite a good one. 260.
It was a good pleasure dome.
HQ has been upgraded.
Minimat still has a ton of cash, but I feel like Insert Coins is catching up, and well, Minimat is just so paranoid he's actually defending himself. He's actually also building an off-world.
Yes.
It's something I've been noticing this whole tournament. People seem to be building off-world markets all the time.
It's like, go to 5, defend yourself, buy an off-world.
It works, but I feel like sometimes you have to evaluate the situation. Just say to yourself, well, off-world might not be the way to go necessarily in this game.
An expansive HQ has been
market
upgraded.
is assembled. Our fortune awaits. The optimization routines are pedestrian.
And again, no one's making camps, and
Well, I
they
feel
are
like
pricey, very pricey.
everything is so expensive. It's just hard to afford making cams. Although I will say that Insert Coins could probably make transition out of iron into something useful, and definitely upgrading, and now you can afford to get some carbon. Well, he actually already has carbon, so you
Oh,
can
okay,
just go-
Game Wizard has come camp production down. And he's really playing strangely for
All the money.
for a scientific player, I have to say.
I guess this also keeps his debt down, though. Like, if you have to ship this to life support, then that can really kill you in terms of debt pretty quickly. It's not claim efficient, you're kind of losing your scientific bonus. You're essentially like a scavenger that uses steel instead of carbon, I guess.
New building is
In some
available for
ways,
auction.
if you're playing like this. Which means you're really not claim efficient. And an offer was found, apparently, by of Minimats. And it is not protected, and he's in D-debt, and he can actually get out of D-debt fairly easily and protect it. My question is, do people have... Well, there's only 2 people who could attack it, and then set coins can easily attack it right now. Just grab a mutiny, steal it.
Sold.
Well, he knows
Yeah,
it's
and he should.
Our methods continue to improve.
maybe it is going after Scott Cole. I think that the top priority of this game is instant coins. Now he might not be aware of the off-wall, which is probably less concerned about him. But
Launch
I
affirmative.
feel like I would be trying to go after him. That being said, if he can get a buy on Scott Cole, he's still probably going to win because it's going to be a little bit difficult to
Optimization
take him
routine
down.
successful.
He's actually auto-paying down debts at the moment. That is not a bad idea. Just dropping that debt as low as you can before it's too late, because while you're making a ton of
Pleasure
money,
dome is completed. I wonder what goes on in there. The
you
off-world
probably need
market
to
is
stop
finished
off this
and
point,
awaiting
which he
orders.
actually does, which is really good.
Off-world market is assembled. Our
Yeah,
fortune
solid A
awaits.
rating. That's good.
And at this point, everyone repaid their debt, so I don't know. Instant Coins still has a ton of cash, but he's just not there in terms of stock. He still gets like 7 or so thousand from all the debt that there is.
Successful off-world shipment.
Now this is something I like by Minimap. Just try to get that free stock in instant coins because he's really dangerous. He does need double, actually more than double the amount of money that he has right now to buy Minimap out. And Off-Worlds is still not quite getting great. And I really want to see an optimization center from instant coins because if nothing else, you want to make a lot more food than this if you want to keep your Off-Worlds profitable. Minimat is definitely
Off-world shipment
following
launched.
this advice and has... Oh, excuse me, it's really late. Has 2 optimization centers.
Yes, and he has already fairly good
Our
optimizations.
methods continue to improve.
He has had them for a while. He actually has a lot of optimizations. This is around the point when I would consider moving for the one by
You
the
can't
base
let them
out
get this.
in favor of
Wait
something
now
else.
before it's too late.
I'm not sure what, but you could get something else.
What about an hacker array?
Congratulations.
You know what? I'm going to say no.
Okay, you heard it here, first time on stream.
Alright, so apparently Instant Coins just made a buyout on on NC Game Wizard.
What a payout.
I'm not sure what that means for him because he still needs a crap ton of money to get Minimat out. It's going to raise his stock, so he's more difficult to buy out. But is it going to make him enough money quickly enough
Your stock is being sold.
to really get in the way of Minimat?
Optimization routine successful.
So about the hackery, the reason I think it's not a good time is because you only have expansives and scientists in the game, and usually that's a sign that most markets are going to be covered. And if you look at it, people are producing camps.
The engineers have
If you're
advanced
looking
our
at it from Minimat's point of view, Game Wizard is making glass, so that market is covered. Electronics are being made by Scott Cole and Game Wizard. Life support is being made by everyone. Silicon.
Off-road shipment launched.
Silicon is actually free
Get all the
at the
money.
moment. So I guess you can try to hack Silicon. Okay, so there is a mod.
Yes, Scott has positive silicon.
Oh, right, he has some by the base. Okay, so that is out of the question. Iron is being made by the expansives. Water is also not really great, probably.
Minimet is going to make power money, starting right now.
Affirmative. What a
Yeah, he
payout.
just repaid the debt and he moved heavily into power. He has superconductor,
Our methods
yes,
continue
and
to
Yes.
perpetual motion.
Yes.
So those are some beastly wind turbines. Okay, wind turbine is making 2.1 power while being very weak. So that's literally the worst source of power that you can build, is making him 2.1 power with all the optimizations and superconductor. And he just
Yes.
pushed, yeah, he just pushed that by.
Off-road shipment. Make room for the profits.
Yeah, this game is over by now.
And a big part of that is
He's-
optimizations, I think.
Yes, he's selling out. Very good play.
Action.
And I think that part of the reason he got ahead, well, obviously the Pleasure Dome helped, the power helped, I guess, in the end. Well, less so actually. The glass was good. A lot of it was just life support. I think he was ahead on life support.
Yeah, he
no
had
one punished him. I think this is the case when you had to use magnetic storms for once.
Yep. The spate of farms he had almost since he got to HQ4, I would say.
Made-
And they were
Uh, he made
in the
more
high
farms
3 digits.
than he made more money on farms, on food, than all of the top money makers for other players
Yes,
combined.
yes.
Well, about as the same amount. Don't know, actually more.
Yeah, and power is his
Okay.
second.
Yeah.
Power was great for him. 400k.
I feel like power was more of a late game push.
Yes, it was, most definitely,
He
but
was most-
it helped to get the buy on inside command.
Yeah, definitely. But I feel like he was already in the dominant position by that point.
Yes, quite possibly so. Yeah, farms.
So interesting that financial instruments costs instant coin 16,000 and he made 62,000 of it total, which I think is pretty good.
Sounds great, yes. Definitely.
Definitely among the better ones that you see from that patent. Alright. The philosopher reported for some reason DT hates someone on the spreadsheet. I don't know why. Some kind of hidden drama happening there, and for some reason we had some long games most of the time. A lot of Sultan plus wins, and the last rounds for some reason has a lot of really quick wins.
Yeah, I guess that's due to the fact that all the prizes were so high that everyone had so much money.
And maybe this is definitely a very interesting map. It doesn't look as terrible as it is on the first glance. I don't know, it's really interesting. I kind of want to play it.
Yeah.
So one idea I have is to try to look at the different. One of the reasons I want to collect replays for this thing is I want to look at the different groups and how they handled
Yeah, that's going to be interesting to see.
and you can see that by watching cast, but I kind of want to get a little bit more depth because I feel like I've I'm a bit tired today, so I probably was missing things. I feel like. But yeah, this was a very interesting set of games. I definitely like the maps that they picked.
Yeah, the maps were great.
They were very different, I think. One common thread was that most of the maps had power and glass colonies, which I think are the most interesting colonies. But that's maybe one thing, one criticism that I have is that no cam or electronic colonies were used. At least I don't think they were. So.
Not that I remember.
Yeah, but still, the maps were different enough in spite of that. It was pretty great. Anyway, I think we're going to stop here.